Hello and welcome back to the World's RV Show going on at Motorhome Specialists, the #1 volume selling dealership in the world with one location. Again, my name is Donnie O'Banion and I'm here today with Kevin Finn, the National Sales Manager of Coachmen RV's Class C division. And a little changes planned since last we spoke. We were going to look at the 300 TS Concorde, but the one that we had prepped for the show, somebody bought and left in it. So while we're currently prepping another Concorde right now, so don't worry, we will be demonstrating that coach here in just a bit. But in the meantime, we wanted to show you arguably the best value in a Class C RV on the road today, bar none.
Oh, bar none.
It's the 28 LTD.
This is a great value, Donnie. You know, one of the things that I want to start off with, first of all, you know, kind of reiterated a little bit with the Leprechaun version, but one of the things I really want to drive home to all of our customers out there is that, you know, when these chassis come into us at the factory, they come in just as a cab and a rail. In order for us to get these units prepped to build on, we actually have to stretch the chassis out at the factory. I'm proud to say that Coachmen is actually one of only 2 manufacturers that are allowed to do this. So what we actually will do is first of all, we know exactly what we're going to put on the unit, so we know the weights of everything and the lengths of the coach. We'll stretch the chassis, we'll add a chassis frame rail to the end, we'll fish plate it together, weld it together. Then one of the best things that I'm most proud about with this is that when we add our drive shaft extension onto it, we actually will take the Chevy drive shaft off as well and attach the actual OEM drive shaft and then our drive shaft to it and balance them both together. That really gives a customer a great ride.
It makes a huge difference.
Makes a huge difference. You know, the other benefit is this is done on our grounds. So it's under our control from day #1. We don't have to ship it off to a company that just, you know, does 20 different frame rail extensions and they don't know exactly what they're going to put on it. So
right.
This is really a benefit for Coachmen, benefit for our customers, because really after our test drive, if there's any issues, we can just take it right back into our facility, not have to worry about sending it off to another facility.
So I mean, essentially you're able to do floor plan specific chassis in a Class C division.
Yes, sir.
And that's unheard of.
Yes, sir. So once again, one of only 2 manufacturers that do that. What we're going to showcase here is going to be our 28 QB. This is going to be a actual length of this coach. It can be about 32 feet. It's
right.
going to be a non-slide unit. Okay.
Right.
This particular model is going to be on the Chevy chassis. We do offer Chevy chassis at Coachmen. We even offer it in a 32-foot bunkhouse on a Chevy chassis. Now, one of the advantages of a Chevy chassis is going to be that you're going to get 324 horsepower, so it's going to have a little bit more horsepower than what the Ford does. It's going to have 373 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, so it'll be able to still get up the hills for you.
Sure.
But the other benefit of the Chevy chassis is it's going to be a 6-speed transmission. Now that's a 6-speed Chevy transmission. Years ago there was a company named Workhorse that used to use a Chevy motor and then an Allison transmission. These are all shipped right from Chevy to us. So, so it's going to have a 6-speed transmission opposed to a 5-speed in our Ford product. And also when we get inside the coach, I'll show you about all the room inside the cab area.
Right, got a really nice cab area in the Chevrolets.
Sure does.
And the Ford, on the vice versa, has a little less horsepower, but they boast more torque.
Boast more torque.
So
yep.
It's kind of, you know, there's Ford guys, there's Chevy guys, you know, there's not a bad decision to make there. But, you know, from a ride and drive standpoint, you're saying that y'all are able to do both the Ford and Chevrolet chassis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Well, kind of going around the coach, first of all, on this particular product, we do put the aluminum running boards on. The aluminum running boards are going to really help with some of that rock throwback and any of that mud and road debris from coming back and hidden actually into your wing wall here.
Right.
So it's going to help reduce some of the rock chips and some of the damage there.
Got a large patio awning on it.
Big patio awning. Just talk a little bit about our construction of our sidewalls.
Yes.
It's a little bit different than some of the other manufacturers out there. We're going to use an 1.5-inch tubular aluminum framing. We're going to use a block foam insulation. Now, block foam insulation is like a styrofoam cooler or like a styrofoam coffee cup. You know, it really holds the heat. And then on the outside of the product, where we laminate our fiberglass to, most of our competitors out there are going to use what's called a Luan backer. Luan is basically a plywood type of a material. What we do is we use an Azdel composite material. The Azdel composite material actually will not absorb any moisture, it will not mold, It will not mildew. Okay, it's 50% lighter than Luan. Now, also with the Azdel, it actually has an insulation factor to it. So the Azdel will have an R2 insulation factor to it, whereas everybody else out in the industry is going to have really an R9 sidewall.
Right.
We're really going to have an R11 sidewall on our coach. R11 sidewall is just going to give the customer a little bit more insulation factor. So if they're down here during the hot summer times, down in Texas, they got the air conditioner running, it's going to keep the cool inside the coach and not leak out as much.
A lot less weight.
Lot less weight.
Better fuel economy.
Better fuel economy, you got it. So, and also with this Azdel composite, it actually has no formaldehyde emissions to it. One of the things that we actually put on our coaches, we're a certified green coach. Okay, so not only is it due to our manufacturing with our waste and our different things that we do in manufacturing, but it also is telling you that we're low formaldehyde emissions. We use low formaldehyde inside of our coach. So on those hot summer days when you've been storing the unit for a little bit, you open up that door, walk in, your eyes aren't going to burn. Okay, so so if anybody has any bronchial issues or anything, you know, rest assured that you're going to have a little bit easier time breathing in our coach.
Absolutely.
And you know, the sidewall, actually getting into a little bit more with this, on the inside of this particular sidewall, anywhere where anything is secured to the inside of the sidewall, we'll put a metal backer in, and we'll vacuum bond laminate that wall together. You know, we'll pinch roll it first, so we'll put the glue down.
Right.
We'll put the fiberglass together. We'll put the interior board together. It'll go through a pinch roller. Pinch roller is like the old wringer wash machines.
Sure.
Okay? And then it goes and sets into a bag. You know, we have a commercial that's going on right now where they put a bunch of different blankets or sweaters and they attach the vacuum hose to it and it compresses it down.
Right.
That's basically what a vacuum bond lamination is. So what that does, that actually adds pressure and keeps pressure onto that sidewall for about 45 minutes. So it actually gets all the glue to disperse, and we're trying to get a full coverage, and there's no air bubbles that are inside that sidewall. So it's really an advantage.
And you said from where all the cabinets, where everything is mounted to the inside of the coach, it actually has a metal backer.
Yeah, it's got a metal backer that's actually laminated into that sidewall.
And most of them are still just using, you know, just stapled in wood backers.
Correct.
And then of course, you know, when they're brand new, that's fine. But again,
after a little
5-6 years, yeah, you go down the road in it, that's when the cabinets start to separate.
Absolutely.
Rattles, squeaks.
Yes, sir. One of the other features that we have right here next to our patio awning is we have actually a outlet right here, conveniently located, so you can hook up all your awning lights and just have the outlet right here to hook up your awning lights. And we also have an area right here which is an outside coax. So the outside coax would allow you to go ahead and put a TV or something like that out here. Now here's the other thing that's really known for Coachmen. We're really known for our exterior storage. Most of our coaches have over 100 cubic feet of exterior storage. Now this is a new feature for 2014. This is going to be our rotocast storage compartments back here. We used to use actually a galvanized steel.
Right.
Okay. One of the issues that we found with that galvanized steel is when you put things in there, it would scratch. Okay. With the rotocast, we're not going to have that type of an issue. Also, it saves a little bit on the weight. Okay.
Sure.
And if you look in here, look in these tubs, you're going to notice some drain holes in each one of these tubs. We use a kazoo valve that actually allows the water to run out but doesn't allow water back into the coach. So, you know, you can wash them out.
So you don't have to worry about throwing water back up inside there when it's raining and you're throwing water up from the tires.
Correct.
You can't get any dirt water in there. And this is what's cool about these too is, I mean, they work as like coolers.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've seen a lot of people just ice them down and use them as coolers during the day.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, just saves that much more space.
Yep,
of course, I mean, you got all the room that you need and then some. Take whatever you want to in this though.
And the other thing that we do is we put in this rear door. This is an extra large rear door. Allows you to go ahead and put in those bigger coolers if you're going to take the marine grade coolers.
Right.
It's going to allow you to put in the full chaise lounges, those types of things. So you can slide all that in there and have quite a bit of storage. Going to have the rear window on the back. Going to have a backup monitor, which we're going to talk about when we get inside the coach. Got the rear ladder, so it allows you to climb up onto the roof to take care of your maintenance, your once a year seals and cleaning and things of that nature. Also on the back of the coach, you're going to notice that we have a hitch. Trailer hitch is going to be a 5,000 pound trailer hitch, so you can tow up to 5,000 pounds. and we actually have a hitch plug in there as well. So,
and you've got the storage bumper.
Got the storage bumper. You can take the cap off at the end of the storage bumper and put your sewage hose in. So it gives you a place to store your sewage.
It's a nice feature. Y'all do that on quite a few of your products.
We do. Once again, access from both sides and the back for this rear storage compartment. Because it is so large, we don't want to try to have you in there climbing around and trying to get everything out.
And I like your new side swing baggage door here too on the sides.
Yep.
Because you're going to be using the sides a lot.
Yes.
You know, getting in and out of them. This just makes a lot of sense having the side swing. You don't got the latches or anything to deal with to hold the doors up anymore.
Correct. You know, coming around the coach, we have our sewage area, which is our dump station right here, sitting in the back of the coach. We have our 30 amp cord, obviously a fuel fill, potable water, city water connection. And then right here is your cable input for the coach itself. So if you're camping and the campground offers a cable, you just connect it there and it runs throughout all the cable outlets inside the coach. Hot water heater is going to be a gas hot water heater. It's going to be a 6-gallon, quick recovery. Recover a little bit faster.
Great new look on the 14 models, which is what this is, by the way. We just arrived here at the dealership not 4 or 5 days ago.
Now you're going to notice, first of all, we don't use an entry step, okay? Basically what Coachmen did is we dropped all of our step wells down. We still give you an 80-inch opening height, so you can still walk in and out of the coach and not try to bump your head. But we really found that the electric steps out there were having some issues with some dirt buildup, some corrosion of the wires and things of that nature, and it was really a service issue for us. So that's why we ended up doing this and just trying to really improve the product. Right,
and it's not like on a Class A gas or a diesel to where the chassis is up so high to where you have to use the steps.
Correct.
You know, so in this it just takes away a potential problem in the future.
Yes, sir.
And of course you have the batteries underneath the step there, correct?
Yes, sir. That's going to be your house battery. You'll have a battery disconnect as soon as you go into the coach as well. So it'll disconnect your house batteries so you won't kill the batteries. First thing you're going to notice when you come inside this coach, Donnie, is look at all the storage that we offer inside this coach.
It's unreal.
All of our overhead storage. You know, now these aren't just small doors. These are large doors, large openings, deep openings on both sides of the coach. Have them on both sides, so really giving you a lot of different storage. Now this is our new wood as well. This is going to be our glazed maple wood. These are going to be real hardwood doors, real hardwood drawer fronts. And then what we actually do is our styles are actually a lumber core style. So it's going to be a real wood style. We don't use that cheap, chipboard stuff that's all put together.
Right.
We take it an extra step too. We will actually pocket drill those styles and actually screw them together. So we don't use just staples like some of our competitors will do.
And like you said, the new glazing, I mean, it really added a great new look on the 14 model. You know, just gives it
more pop.
Yeah, it really does. Gives it some depth to it and a much richer feel. And the color itself, I mean, y'all did a lot. As far as the floors before, it's been one of my favorite features about the Freelander. You know, it's been for years. I mean, love these the wood style floors.
Well, you're definitely going to notice that we don't use any carpeting on our flooring. Okay, carpeting tends to take the sand particles, mud. It'll stain. You'll see a wear pattern into the carpet. This is really done by a customer feedback. A lot of customers ask us if we could just use a solid flooring. So they don't have to have those issues. So this flooring is actually a Congolium designer carefree flooring. It's actually going to come with a 5-year warranty. It's really durable. It has a smooth surface to it, so if you got any stains on there, you don't have to scrub too hard to get. It's non-porous at the top. It won't collect any odors. And also is guaranteed against cold cracking. So any of your customers that live up north, really when it gets extreme cold up there, a lot of those floors will just spider crack. So this is guaranteed not to do that.
And the new wood's just got a great blend with the floor. It didn't change the floors, changed the wood, and like I said, they just match up a lot better. With the glazing out here, it just
sure does.
Really has a great new look for 14.
Sure does. Donnie, let me tell you about our countertops. These are a little bit different than some of our competitive countertops.
Okay.
Our countertops are what's called a thermal foil countertop. You're going to notice here that this thermal foil is wrapped all the way around, and on the underside it actually it's laminated underneath it. Okay. So the benefit of this is that some of our competitors that use a laminate countertop up at the top,
right,
they'll use a T-mold edge. So they'll bang a T-mold into the side of this. Well, when you do that and you have some water that will infiltrate into that, it'll take that countertop and wick that water in and just blow it up.
Right.
Okay. So we don't have those types of things because we actually thermal foil all the way around.
And I see you did it there at the dinette table as well.
We did do it at the dinette table as well. This dinette table will actually drop down.
Okay.
It'll make into a bed. So you have a bed there. You're going to notice that we have actual 4 seat belts in our dinette. A lot of our competitors on the rear-facing dinette, they don't offer a seat belt. We offer seat belts on our rear-facing dinettes.
Right.
So you can put 4 people in here in the dinette area, seat belted, and then you have 3 seat belts here on the sofa. Now this sofa, Donnie, also drops down into a jackknife sofa, so this will make a bed. So we have sleeping capacity for 2 here, sleeping capacity for 2 in the dinette, and then we have sleeping capacity for 2 in the overhead, and then at the bed in the
master
back.
bed. So I mean, you actually have 9 seat belts in this coach.
We have 9 seat belts in this coach, yes sir.
That's unreal.
That's
great.
It's quite a few seat belts.
And what I really love about this floor plan is the TV. You know, how it's mounted here in the center of the coach. You know, this particular floor plan, you know, you can buckle the kids up here at the booth. You can buckle them up at the sofa. They can still watch television when you're going down the road.
Yes,
it's not
sir.
lost behind a slide-out room. It's not stuck up in the overhead where you can't see it.
Correct.
It's still down low. Everybody here can see it when you're traveling. You know, of course, once you get there, I mean, you know, if somebody's in the kitchen, you'll swivel it around. You know, it works great at night from anywhere in the coach.
Yes, sir.
It's a really cool feature, just well thought out.
And you're not looking up and at an angle, so you're not putting a crick in your neck. So.
Right.
Yep.
Now, one of the most popular features that the Freelanders have had for years, regardless of model, has been this leatherette sofas and the booths, these darker leathers.
Yes.
To go along with the floors. They're just so resilient to stains and to traffic. I mean, people, you know, they're taking, you know, you got 9 seat belts, you're taking friends, you're taking family.
Yes, sir.
Odds are you got some kids.
Yes, sir.
They're like mine. It's a train wreck.
Oh,
so,
yes, sir.
You know, it's they just wear really well. The coaches still look good after years and years of having fun in them. You know, you're not constantly worried about you just bought a new toy and it's like, oh.
Correct.
You know, you can actually go out and just enjoy it. Let the kids enjoy it. Let the family enjoy it. Take the dog along. It's easy to keep clean. And
Absolutely. And the way that this is structured in here, you're going to notice that there's some swirls, a little bit of different flakes of other color inside of this. That really detracts from some of the stains that the kids will make inside the coach.
You know, putting that stuff there in the cornice boards,
Yep.
you know, added just a lot to the coach aesthetically this year.
And this is a new fabric. This is our autumn fabric. So this is brand new for us. Team did a good job picking out this particular fabric.
Really did.
Well, Donnie, let me talk real quick about our air conditioner here.
Okay.
Okay, because Coachmen is very proud about our air conditioning units. What we do with our ductwork, it's called an even cool ductwork, and it's done with an AMCO air conditioning duct. Basically, what the air conditioning duct is, it's a foil wrap with some insulation in it, and we actually laminate that into the roof when we build the roof. So the airflow going through this air conditioning duct is going to be nicer than what if we just took a router and routed out the styrofoam up in the ceiling.
Right.
Now, one of the other things that we do is we have radius air conditioning ducts. So when it comes out of this air conditioner, it'll actually radius around and blow that way. And then when it comes out here, it'll radius and blow out the back. Now, a lot of our competitors will just put in 90-degree angles. So when it comes out, it hits something and then it's trying to disperse. So with the AMCO air conditioning duct and our radius air conditioners, we actually have about a 30% more airflow inside of our coach than our competitors.
Right.
So down here in the heat, that's going to make a difference.
And you know what's so surprising to me the first time I walked in, it was not even what you don't see, which is what you were telling me about, but what is obvious, it's not a drop-down air conditioning unit the way that most of them are. When you're talking about a coach, I mean, we have these starting at $49,900.
Right.
Okay. You know, and that's a well-appointed coach. You know, again, starting at $49,900 in a 14 model. Now this one's got the backup camera, a few other features and stuff on it. You know, again, a coach that is you're talking about almost 32 feet.
Yes, sir.
49.9.
That's a tremendous value.
You know, you don't have a dumped or a dropped air conditioning unit. It's
Correct.
actually a true ducted air conditioning system, and that's something that is very, very rare at
that price point.
Yeah, when you're talking about a value coach, so many corners get cut.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you didn't do here, because y'all it almost cost y'all more money, considering that y'all build so many coaches, you
Right.
know, in a certain way to try and cheapen the coach. It's just you have the system
It does.
already in place. And
As well, you know, Donnie, with this coach being 32 feet long, we just don't feel that we do our customers justice by just doing a drop-down air. You know, it's just
Right.
really not going to cool everywhere that it needs to cool. So that's why we took
Right.
the extra step.
in a
and we put
21,
in.
22 foot,
That's fine.
do fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
But in something this size, that's an issue. In here in the kitchen, you got a lot of different storage areas. You know, once again, we got storage underneath the stove. We got the 3-burner cooktop. We got the microwave oven. We have the fan with a light in it. You got storage down here underneath your sink. You got a little pantry area right here for some more
and that's
storage.
a good size pantry.
Yeah. Got more pantry area down here. Then when you come back to the back of the coach, Donnie, this is probably the most impressive. You come back here, you got a true 60 by 80 queen bed. This is a residential queen bed. Okay, you can take the sheets off of your queen bed in your house and actually use them in your RV. You don't have to buy special sheets. You get anybody that's a little bit taller, obviously not me, but you get somebody that's taller than me, they really appreciate an 80-inch bed. You know, because most of your queen RV queens are going to be 60 by 74. This is a true
Right.
60 by 80. Give you tons of storage back here. Fold your clothes, put your clothes up back in this area.
Good size closets.
You got a little shirt closet over here, a little bit more wardrobe closet over in that side. You know, the other thing back here, Donnie, that we don't take for granted. You know, people like alarm clocks. They want to plug in their cell phones. They might have a CPAP machine. We actually have a electric outlet on both sides of our bed.
What I kind of like about these two, though, because they're
your
in a
shoes
couple
on.
of y'all's floor plans.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
when you're in the morning or at night, just taking your shoes off.
Yes,
You know, it
sir.
just gives you a nice, and I mean, it's a big wide area right here.
Yes, sir.
And how they cut the floor back. I mean, it's just amazing, you know, what y'all did with the space inside this coach.
Well, and if you notice, you know, one of the things that really makes this coach not feel enclosed back here is all the natural light that's coming in. If you look, we got 3 different windows in here. You can open up the 2 side windows, have cross ventilation into your bedroom if you need to. You have an escape window back there, so if you can't get to the front door, you can escape out that window.
Glass door shower. Normally it's going to be a shower curtain, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
when they're trying to get into a $49.9 price point. You know, you're not going to see a glass door shower.
Correct.
But, you know, you've got the, you know, Coachman's buying power. Y'all are going to build,
We build a lot of coaches.
y'all build a lot of
We
coaches.
build a lot of coaches. You know, that's the thing with Coachmen. You know, we really have been a leader in the Class C industry. We've been in the top 3, you know, for 15 plus years of the top manufacturers. So we do a great job with our Class Cs. We have a great team. We have a great production facility, and we're really proud of our Cs.
And if I'm not mistaken, y'all finished #1 in Texas last year.
I believe
I don't
so.
know what the other 48 states did.
Well, we can thank you for a lot of that help. Just another added feature. We'll take this door and it actually opens up and closes off the rest of the coach. So you can have yourself a private bath.
Absolutely, got a
and
private master bedroom and bath.
Yes, sir.
And it's a good size private side aisle bathroom as well.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, just the little touches, you know, that y'all do that, you know, they're, you know, the round radius wall right here. I mean, again, it's something that you didn't have to do.
Right.
But I mean, it just makes it so much easier to
It
be able to
does.
get by, you know, not to snag your clothes on it.
Yes, sir.
Just really open it up. And the parts you even can't see underneath the bed, you know, the
Right.
same thing.
Yep.
Cutting the floor back to where your feet and stuff don't hit the bottom of the bed.
Yep. You know, Donnie, really, the value of this particular coach at what you're selling it at, you know, you got to think of some key features with this coach. You know, you're on the Chevy chassis. You're going to have the Azdel composite sidewalls. You're going to have
Right.
onboard generator with this coach. You got the air conditioner on this coach, a furnace. You got the TV on the coach, a backup monitor on the coach.
Right.
50-gallon fresh water tank. You know, that's another thing that we're really known for our Freelanders. You know, we're about 30% more than a lot of our competitors with freshwater holding capacities.
Right.
You know, that gives a customer a lot of extra time when they're out there dry camping.
It does.
So that's a great feature. Another feature that you put on your coaches up here to protect for the kids.
If that's available, we put it on there.
This is a feature that we're pretty exclusive on. This is going to be a child safety net or a storage safety net. So basically what you do, you hook up these seat belts here, and it allows the kids not to come out. So they're not going to roll out in the middle of the night. Also, you got some ladder hooks right here. You hook up your ladder to it, and they can get up without climbing on your furniture.
Yeah, and we talked about that earlier, that you would think that that's just something everybody would do, but very seldom.
Very seldom.
Do they actually even provide a ladder? So normally the kids are hopping up in the booth, or they're climbing up on this, and hopping up there, just wearing out the furniture. So it's a lot nicer.
It sure is.
Nicer, safer thing for the kids as well.
You know, the other thing that a lot of people notice, but it's not talked about, is this little bit of a ledge right here. Mm-hmm. You know, the old Class C used to have about a 6 or 7 inch ledge right here, and you have to hop up into the coach. You got a very small ledge right here, and we don't put any carpet even in our cab area, so you're not worrying about staining all the carpet up here too.
Right. And you talked about the cab area earlier in the Chevrolet. A lot of extra leg room and stuff in the Chevy chassis.
Well, the doghouse itself is going to be smaller than what the Ford doghouse is, so it's going to allow you to have a little bit extra room up here for your leg room. Dual airbags, and then you also have 12 volt on both sides, so if you hook up your GPS. You know, when a customer purchases a Coachmen unit, they're going to get a 1 year of CoachNet. That's going to come standard with the coach. And they're also going to become part of the Coachmen family as far as our travel club. So they also get a 1 year subscription to that.
Right, and there's a lot of benefits. I mean, it's different. It's discounts at campgrounds, different lodging, fuel, just all kinds of different benefits that go with that package.
Hey, thank you for allowing me to come here.
Thanks a lot for spending your time with us today, and we will be back to do a Concord 300 TS.
Yes, sir.
Unless somebody bought that one while we were
I can
doing
only
this
hope
again.
so.
Me too.
All right.
Thanks again, folks. We'll see you after a while.
All right.